Do you know how important words are? Some people don't have the capacity, I'm not going to say some, majority of people don't have the capacity to identify their emotions and regulate their emotions. We are not taught this in school. We are not taught what to do when we're feeling angry, how to express our anger, what to do if we're experiencing a bully, how to handle that situation. No. Instead, we're taught trigonometry, which majority of us don't even know how to use, and in adulthood, we don't use. I don't use it, but what I use every single day is emotion identification charts. I do this with patients, or I work with my team when I'm training new clinicians. Why? Because it's so vital to identify our emotions. Think about the way in which people describe their emotions. Think about the way you describe your emotions. Do you describe, let's say, your state of fear or panic as anxiety? Well, I feel anxiety. Anxiety is a disorder. It's a psychosomatic disorder that is made up of a cluster of somatic symptoms as a result of interpreting a situation of danger. It's not a feeling. I feel depressed. Depression is not a feeling. Depression is a disorder. Again, a cluster of symptoms. I feel sad. I feel afraid. I feel worried. These are feelings. So if individuals like yourself can't even identify your emotions, have a difficult time understanding what you experience, and that's assuming you're paying attention to what's going on with you, because you might not be, you might push yourself aside because you have such a busy life. So assuming that you actually pay attention and you self-monitor, it's difficult to articulate what we're thinking, what we're feeling, and what we are experiencing. Jacques Lacan talks about how language is important because it is full of symbols and images, and especially within a psychoanalytic context, we want to understand what is being said, not only at the conscious level, so what is being said directly, but what is underlying what is being said. So what is the unconscious saying? How can we decipher the language of the unconscious? We do this through aspects of dream analysis. But because I can't dream hop into your dreams, sorry, this isn't a supernatural episode. So the only thing that we can do is analyze what is being said, the description of the dream. So what does this image tell us? If we're stuck and we're swimming in the sea where sharks are surrounding us, what does that mean? What does that image tell us? Do we feel like we're in danger? Do we feel like something is approaching that we should be worried about? Should we proceed with caution? What does it mean? So dream analysis is one aspect. You're probably common with another technique to analyze language, and this has to do with the Freudian slip. So if you ever hear someone say, oh, blah, 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 and XYZ, but they didn't mean to say that, they meant to say ABC, catch them on that, because that was their unconscious talking. The Freudian slip was their unconscious bypassing the conscious mind and essentially just blurting it out. But majority of the time, we tend to put a cap on the unconscious. Oh, well, I didn't mean that. I actually meant this, right? I didn't mean, crash my car. I meant, fender bender. It came out that way. Like, it was very dramatic, but it wasn't. So now we're completely dismissing, if we don't acknowledge that Freudian slip, we're completely dismissing aspects of the mind, because this person who got into a car accident, who perceived it as a smash, a crash, that was an intense experience for them. So that was probably overwhelming. But in switching the language and saying, oh, no, I meant fender bender, it was nothing, and begin to minimize it, is a way for the individual to evade, to deny what they're experiencing. So this is why language is so important. This is why we need to analyze it. And this is why you need a psychoanalytic psychotherapist who can help decipher the language of the unconscious. So click the link below and schedule a complimentary consultation with our consultation care coordinating team. This way you have the opportunity to understand your personalized approach, have resources that are specific to you and your goals in therapy, and let us help you analyze the unconscious, so then you can understand what is driving your anxiety and you can decipher the language of what anxiety encompasses. You are afraid of what? You are panicking because of what? You are paranoid because of what? Right? Paint the picture. What is going on? Let us help you.